Hey guys, how's it going? It's the Crypto Analyst here, and I hope all of you guys are having a good morning, evening, wherever you guys are from. And welcome back to another Bitcoin technical analysis. And I just wanted to give you guys an update video from last night's live stream and yesterday's Bitcoin update as to what has changed, because there is some new information that has unfolded to us, some new divergence that has played out, and I want to go ahead and break it down and show you guys this before I guess it's too late, so that you guys really know what's going on and can use this for educational purposes. So if you guys are interested, go and stick around for the video. And do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button, as it does help out the channel a lot. With that being said, let's go ahead and dive on into this, because again, I want to talk about this new divergence as well as possible. So as you guys can see, I don't want to bring this up too much, but the fact is that we still have this pennant over bearing, and I don't really want to worry about this because we've talked about this in so many other videos. But what I do want to break down and notify is this support line that we talked about in yesterday's video, and how it was getting used as formally support, nearly 3 times, and now it's actually getting used as resistance. And so with these touches forming a very solid support, with us breaking underneath that and retesting it yesterday, we now have a second touch point of rejection from this thing on a separate 4-hour candle. And if we actually go and look at this on the daily, there's actually 2 rejection candles from your daily, which is telling me, all right, this is something to definitely take note of, because not only do you have these 2 different rejection candles on your 4-hour, but this is also showing up on a daily chart, which is even more significant. So now that what you have essentially is former support that is turned into resistance, and when you have former support turned into resistance and get rejected twice here back to back, this is showing me that although you are able to break through your 50 MA, you still are receiving rejection from this area. And so when this happened this morning, me and some people were talking about this in the Discord, and I pointed this out and I said, hey, just because we are still getting high price action over in here, and we still are testing the support, now that we've rejected it twice, I think this is when I mentioned it when I woke up. I said, hey, guys, by the way, there is a new rejection candle over here, and most likely we are having the triple bearish divergence from our MACD 4-hour also playing out, which we'll get into in just a second. And sure enough, that's exactly what we did. And I said, all right, since we have this, I am now bearish again on Bitcoin, because of the fact that we now have 2 rejection candles, and really since this rejection candle we have been breaking down, and the shorts have been playing out, which is great. One thing I do want to point out, that this is not a doom and gloom situation. We do have a couple of supports in this area that I want to go ahead and point out, and as long as we really hold any of these guys, I think we're going to be okay for the price action of Bitcoin, because it's not as bad as I think everyone's making it to be. So of course we do have this first support, I guess our underlying support over here, with 1, 2, now 3 touches from this piercing candle over in here, with this candle wick coming all the way down and forming this 3rd touch. If you guys want to count a 4th touch, you can kind of count this guy up here. Again, it's really up to you whether or not you want that to be your 4th touch, but keep in mind that this area does offer some support. The other supports that we're going to be looking at are, of course, these other 2 white lines that we have over in here. And again, as long as this holds, and as long as this doesn't break down below, I think, any 3 of these supports, primarily holding above both of our white supports over in here, our primary and secondary, as long as it doesn't break these areas, I think that the price action of Bitcoin is going to be all right for the time being, and I'm really not too worried about it as long as it holds above this, because these, again, are going to be the supports, and if it can actually hold these levels, it'll have a good chance of testing some higher price action. So again, you have your rejection breaking down, decent shorting opportunity for those of you guys who were able to spot it. But again, I'm not too bearish about this as long as you hold above these 2 supports. Now, whether or not you're going to hold above these supports is a different matter, because again, we're going to talk about some other things as well as why I am actually more bearish than bullish in this situation. So if you guys remember from yesterday's video, I mentioned that this could be forming triple bearish divergence on our MACD, and that's exactly what has happened. As you look at this, you're looking, and again, you can call this double if that makes you happier, but in my opinion, it doesn't change the fact that this is bearish divergence. If you just want to count these 2 guys, go for it, but personally, I'm going to be counting all 3 of these, because what this says is this is a swing high, a rally back up, another swing high, and then of course, now that we have a separate entire candle formation on our MACD, we are getting notifications that you are losing levels of positive momentum consistently in here, and even upon separate swing highs, again, it's consistently lower. So with triple bearish divergence on your MACD, I can't help but be a little bit pessimistic about the price action of Bitcoin coming into the future. And while this is, again, a lagging indicator, your oscillators are rounding off right now, and this is also all pointing down. So I'm, for the most part, again, not too bullish about this. I'm not too bearish, again, as long as it holds above these. I'm not sure if it's going to be able to. If it can, great, right? We have some higher price actions, and we might actually have a good chance at conquering some of these higher highs, especially over here in, oops, wrong tool, especially over in here in this area. So if we can hold above these white supports, then again, I think we are going to be in a decent position to start conquering some higher price action, or at least touching this 50 EMA and former support turn to resistance again. But we're going to have to watch to see if this plays out. This has just started breaking down, so we're, again, it's this whole pattern is very, very new, as we have just gotten this rejection candle this morning. So give it some time, we'll watch it play out, and we'll see how this price action can move from here. Moving on to our RSI, I want to go ahead and explain a couple of points that we have talked about before. I guess just the consistency in getting lower levels of positive momentum consistently upon a swing high, upon each swing high from your 4-hour RSI. And I guess we can go ahead and label this. So again, 1, 2, now 3 being consistently lower than each other, showing that there is lower levels of positive momentum, much like our MACD was telling us, saying, hey, this is triple bearish divergence over here, and again, not something that I wanted to play around with anywhere near the top, anywhere near an overbought range, really. I did not want to long anything up in this range because of seeing this. Now, you can say that your RSI is, it was at one point pretty neutral, but now that it has been breaking back down a little bit more in the bearish area, you could say that you're looking for a potential higher high on your, I guess a higher low, excuse me, on your 4-hour MACD, not MACD, on your 4-hour RSI, something along the lines of this, saying, hey, you are actually getting lower levels of negative momentum in this area, along with lower levels of positive momentum. But I think that the lower levels of negative, or the lower levels of positive momentum are significantly greater than the lower levels of your negative momentum, and that I guess statistically, I think that this could break down more so than it can break up in this area. I also want to mention, guys, something that Four Flies was talking about in his video earlier today. If you guys follow him, he's another cryptocurrency YouTuber who does technical analysis. And I was watching his video today, and he brought up an interesting theory that we could actually be creating the same pattern down here over the course of 2019 that we created in 2018. I kind of want to highlight that now, and this might be a topic for a separate video, but I do want to bring it up nonetheless, so we can at least get the fundamental idea and understanding of what he was mentioning and what it means, and really if it's reasonable to play out, because I definitely think it is. So over the course of 2018, you essentially had this descending triangle form on your candle chart for Bitcoin paired to the US dollar. And with this forming and breaking down again over the entirety of 2018, people have been saying, well, we're in danger now, because now what you can actually have is the same chart forming over the course of 2019, and we're really just going to have essentially a smaller version of this over in this area, kind of just copying pasting something that's probably half the size. So if we do have a descending triangle that starts playing out over the course of 2019, I think it would probably be about half the size of the one from 2018, and really what we need to do in order to contradict this is hold some of these supports, start conquering higher highs, and contradicting the pattern. And I think that that's the best chance that you have at breaking this formation from happening. However, if you really do break down from this area, you're going to kind of be verifying this idea that lower lows could be coming, and if we just go through this long consolidation period of forming another descending triangle only for it to break down and then probably bottom out after, if we do form a descending triangle and it breaks down from here, I do definitely think that that would be the bottom of Bitcoin if it were to break down from again, a second descending triangle cycle. However, if we want to contradict this, there are a couple of things that we have to do. Again, hold these supports, start getting higher highs, and really have probably at least a breakout towards the upside if you do want to contradict this. You got to make sure that you start, tearing through some resistances. And you have tested some of these upper levels a decent amount of time. So if you can get yourself back up here, I think that there is a decent chance that you can actually break out on Bitcoin. However, it's going to be a matter. The hard thing isn't going to be breaking out from this region, in my opinion. The hardest thing for Bitcoin, in my opinion, is going to be getting back up to these higher levels. If it can get back up to some of these higher levels, I certainly think that it can conquer them. I just think that the hard thing for Bitcoin is to get back up to some of these higher highs. And yeah, so that's it. So again, if we want to draw this out, you could probably say that this was the floor for Bitcoin, probably around 3,100, and we'll have to see where this goes from here. But just some ideas that have been going around, again, in the cryptocurrency community right now, because there have been just, I guess, numerous thoughts, because some people are saying that we're going to 1,000. Some people are saying that we're going to like 2,800. Other people say that we've already bottomed and that we're just going to be all up from here. So there are a lot of different views that I want to talk about. So maybe this is a topic for a separate video, but let me know what you guys think. I want to know what you guys think about this. Are you guys bearish? Are you guys bullish? Do you guys think that the support is going to hold in this area, right? I want to know your guys' thoughts about all this in the comment section below. So if you guys did enjoy, do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button. But until next time, guys, I will see you in the next video.